this website via an iPhone that uses Safari. So Meta, which is Facebook, which created Manus, which is the tool used to build this, does not support Safari. So if you try and open this website link on your phone or on Safari, it's not going to work. You need to have a Windows PC that has Chrome or Explorer. I know it sucks. It's something that's out of my control, and in time, Safari will be allowed. But if you do have access to that, and this is something that you want to pursue, it is going to drastically reduce the amount of competition. And I know that that's kind of shitty for a lot of people. Like I said, it's out of my control, but it is definitely something that you need to be aware of in order for this process to work out. So let's get into the video. So if you're watching this video, you're watching it because you've seen my shorter form content explaining the AI chatbots, or you just happen to click on the video. So I'm going to try and keep this video quick and concise. I'm not going to do a lot of babbling. I'm not going to do a lot of rambling. I'm going to show you how to get logged in so that you can get chatbots set up, how to deploy them, all the features that are integrated. I just want it to be simple and concise. I want you to be able to follow step-by-step process to make things easier for you. So firstly, here's the website. We're going to select our agency plan. We're going to reselect it here. This is a little disclaimer, just letting you know that you are responsible for the payment process. So whether you want to accept cash, whether you want to use Stripe, whether you want to use PayPal, that's entirely up to you. Nothing is actually built into the software, for the simple fact that I become liable if there are any improper uses of the software. If it goes against any of the payment processor's guidelines, I then become liable. It was a feature that I did want to add because it does make things a lot easier, but to avoid the liability, because I can't manage what everybody does, that is just a little disclaimer there in your information. So I'm just going to throw in my information here. And I have my tester email, which is you do not have to put your phone number, that is entirely optional. Then we're going to go through here. So this is asking for agency company name. If it is just you signing up for the first time, you could just put whatever you want in. So I'm just going to put in demo. I'm not going to do website, industry, or what the agency is about. This is entirely up to you. If you want to have more organization with the way you do things, you can fill this information out. If not, we just continue. Now you're going to be brought here. So the website that I've created was created using a tool called Manus, which is created by Meta. So you're going to think of Manus as a ChatGPT. It's just been created by Meta. It's a little more to the software side. It's more of a creation tool versus a research tool. So what you're then going to want to do is you're going to want to click create account. So all you're going to do is put in your email and your password for Manus. You can just make it up on the spot. There isn't a verification process. It's not long and drawn out, and I'll show you here what that looks like. So you're simply just going to enter your email address. So this is my first time creating a Manus account with this email address, and it is a very simple process. All you're going to do is enter your email and create a password. There is no verification process or anything like that. It is very straightforward. This is the first time I have filmed a video like this, so I'm trying my best to make it simple, concise, easy to digest, so bear with me. Okay, so now that that's done, you have your Manus account created, you have your basic information put in. All you're going to do is click continue. You're just going to click submit and pay. You're now going to be brought to this window here. I personally don't manage any of the payment. I don't see any card information or anything like that. It is all managed by Stripe, so your information is entirely safe in that regard. So I'm just going to go ahead and make the purchase here, and then I'll show you what comes next. Okay, so once the payment is received, you're going to be brought to the screen. You're going to be prompted to check your email. It's going to have a little bit of getting started steps. I'm going to go pull that email up right now. Okay, so as you can see, I have the email here. You can open your manager portal. This is just a couple steps as to how to get set up, but you can disregard those and just return to the page here. So we can click Open Agency Portal. You're then going to select the account with the email that you just used to sign up. Okay, and just like that, you're in. So now I'm going to show you a little bit about the dashboard. I'm going to try and explain everything that's in it, and then I'm going to show you what you need to do to get your business set up. So this is your overview. This is going to show you the total amount of businesses that you have active. This is going to show you the total amount of frequently asked questions. This is going to show you the total amount of unanswered questions you have to tend to. And then this is going to show you the total demo links that you have active. Here, you're going to be able to add a business. You're going to be able to view all of them. There's also the My Businesses pop up here in the sidebar. And then your demo links essentially is the exact same thing. As you can see, we have no businesses live. This is the My Businesses section, so there is no businesses yet. This is the demo link section, and then this is the payment section. So this is a little disclaimer, essentially just reiterating the same thing that I said. We do not participate in the process or handle payments between you and your end customers. That is just a liability thing, so do not be worried. It may seem a little alarming. There are quick links for payment processors. So the payment processors here, this is just a little bit of an explanation on how to charge your clients. You could accept cash too. It's entirely up to you. And then here, you're going to be able to check your subscription date, the price you're subscribed at, and then your cycles here. You can update your payment method or cancel your subscription. There's also a Get Help button here. If you need any help, absolutely reach out to the email. And then there is a sign out option. If that's something you want to do, you could sign out. And yeah, so now we're going to get into adding a business. Okay guys, so we're back. It's a new day for me. I just edited the initial part of the video. I did notice choppy audio and the cuts between what's going on are a little choppy. I'm trying my best. This is my first time doing this, so please bear with me. Okay, so now we're going to get into adding a business, how that gets set up, customizing the bot, setting up your auto email sender for your unanswered questions, setting up demo links, answering unanswered questions, and that is essentially all that we have to really get into. So we're going to click Add Business. So I'm going to do this as if it was any other business. I'm just going to put it in tester. This bot URL slug is going to be the public URL for the chatbot, so I'm just going to put in tester assistant. This information here is optional. This pertains to the business that you're looking to sign up. Now we're going to put in the name, put Greg, and we'll put hi, I'm Greg. Now this can all be specific to your client's needs. You can then change the color pertaining to the website. We're going to click Create Business. So the first thing we're going to get into is customizing the bot. So we're going to go up to Settings here. We're going to be able to change the avatar. We're going to be able to add an opening message, the name, the business name. We're going to be able to change the widget colors. We can also add the client's contact information if you feel is necessary. And down here is where we're going to get into the unanswered questions export. So you're going to put in your email here. If you want it to be your personal email or an email you make specifically for this, that's fine. And then you're going to put in your client's email, and we can select an interval here, 7 days, 3 days, 24 hours. 24 hours is typically the best because the quicker you're updating the database, the better the bot is working and actually helping the customers. So we have an auto send option. We can turn on auto send, or we can make it manual where you just click the button. So that's how that works. And we're going to get into the frequently asked questions section now. So we have two options here. We have a bulk import and an add your first FAQ import. So we can manually enter one. I'm just going to put in what are your hours. And I'm going to put in 9 to 5. Now this category is optional down at the bottom, but it definitely helps the AI sort things. For the sake of this, I have one question, so I'm not going to add it. And then for the bulk import, it's tedious to go through that process for 50, 60, 70 questions, if not more. So here you can just upload text or a PDF or a CSV, whatever you feel suit or you have access to. And essentially, you're going to be laying out the questions and then the answers, and the AI is going to parse through and be able to create those questions and answers to add into the FAQ. It's definitely going to save you a lot of time, but it is not a necessary step if you don't feel comfortable with it. And it is important, if you do use this feature, to go back and check the questions and the answers, because there may be a mistake and that does not look good on you for allowing that to go live on a site, and that may make your client not want to work with you or tarnish the relationship a little bit. Okay, so now we have our first question added. We're going to go back to the overview and we're going to click Open Bot. So here we're going to be able to actually interact with the bot and test it ourselves. So I'm going to ask, what are your hours? As you can see, it answered the question with the correct answer. Now I'm going to ask a question that it doesn't have the answer to, and we're going to see what it says. Okay, so it's now prompted us with a response that says, that's a great question. I do not have that information right now, but I'll make sure to get it and update my answers within 48 hours. Now that 48 hours may be a little bit of a turnoff to the person asking the question because it is a long period of time. But given that it is your responsibility to tend to this, if the time frame window is too short and you do not get the answer, it doesn't look professional and you break trust with the customer. So that at least gives you time to update the database within a reasonable amount of time. Things happen. Maybe you're not going to be there every day. People have lives outside of this, so that is that. So now we're going to go to our unanswered question section. We can travel to it via here, or we can scroll down in the sidebar. And we're going to see that we have our unanswered question. Now, if it is a redundant question, meaning that it does not really pertain to the business, the bot will normally filter it out so it doesn't come up in here. Sometimes there will be questions in here that you do not want to answer, that aren't of use to you. But in this case, we're going to answer the question. So we do also have the option to send all unanswered questions, select all unanswered questions, and delete and deselect, or we can just send one individually, but you need to have the auto export set up. So I'm going to answer the question here, and I'm going to say green. So I'm going to add this to the FAQ, and we're going to see it has moved to the frequently asked questions section. So we're going to go check and see if it's in there. And we can see it is in there. We can edit it, we can delete it, and we're going to ask Max the exact same question and see if he has the answer. The building is green. So just like that, that is the core functioning of this business. You are going to be taking unanswered questions, you're going to be sending them to your client, and you're going to be updating your frequently asked questions section. And let's say that this was a client that I had, that is essentially all that I'm doing. And I normally charge between $50 to $100. So you're making your monthly retainer with very, very minimal time needed and effort. It doesn't require a lot of thinking. It's essentially just plug and play. So now that that's done, we know how to customize our bot. We know how to set up the auto email. We know how to update our facts. We know how to create unanswered questions. Now what we're going to do is create demo links. So if this wasn't a business that I already had signed up, I just created it and I uploaded the frequently asked questions that I felt were important in order to send the demo link. I can go to A here and select from the list of businesses that I may have. I'll obviously select the one that I'm sending as the demo link and click create demo link, or you can go to my businesses and go to manage and go into create demo link. So we're going to create our first demo link. If I was sending this to John to view, I'm going to put his name in there and click create. And then as you can see, we have our link right here, so we can copy it and then send it to our client so they can interact with it and see how it behaves. And on the back end, we can update the information. So if they say, put this question in, I want this answer. You can do that as they're using it, or you yourself can interact with it. This is going to pull up the chats that I had previous because it is saved here, but the client will not see this. And yeah, you can make sure it's running smooth. Everything's good to go. So now we have our demo links and we have our bot set up. This one obviously isn't embedded. Last thing we need to go over is how to get the bot embedded. We do not have the bot embedded. We've created it. It works. We've sent demo links, so our client wants it. Now, how do we give it to them? The way we give it to them is we click embed, or we can go to manage and scroll down here to embed code. Now, this is going to show you right here the code that is needed to put into the code of the website in order for the bot to be visible on the website. So in every case and instance that I've had, I have forwarded both these lines of code. If the client's website doesn't allow external scripts, this is what you send them. I normally send them both because majority of the time they're not the ones who design their website. They outsourced somebody to build their website. So giving them both options allows them to then give it to that person who they already trust, to then put it into the code for their website, because giving over an entire body of code to somebody, as much as there may be trust and they do want your product, is something that a lot of business owners don't feel comfortable with, and it is something that can make them very vulnerable, given that, you know, nowadays websites are very, very important, and there could be information on there that they don't want messed up or they don't want seen. So what you would do is you would just take these two lines of code and send it to them and let them know, hey, whoever built your website, or if they're capable of it, whatever, you know, has been stated, needs to put this into the code, and then it'll be live. You can make sure it's live with them, or whoever is putting it in can make sure that it is there. You can also test the installation to see that it is live, and once it is embedded, you're just going to click mark as embedded, and it will let you know that the bot is live and it is embedded, and it is as simple as that. You then just control everything on the back end, make sure that you're up to speed with everything going on, and continue to meet your client's needs. Okay, so I hope that everything is digestible enough in order for you to take action. We showed how to create an account and get set up. We showed how to create businesses, send demo links, and actually manage the answered and unanswered questions. You know how to cancel your subscription if that's something you want to do, and update payment methods. You know how to access your overview tab and manage businesses. And that is the core of everything going on here. Now, payment is entirely up to you, whether you want weekly payment, monthly payment, bi-weekly payment. You can set that up entirely on whatever payment processor you feel suit. I recommend Stripe because it is safe, secure, easy to get set up, and very, very easy to learn how to use to send to your clients. It's essentially plug and play. And it definitely does help with your taxes too and keeping things smooth. But whatever you feel is suit, it is entirely up to you. And yeah, I'm probably going to be uploading more videos in the future of me getting new clients and strategies that I use. So hopefully that can help you guys out. But as for showing off the actual software itself and how to use it, that's it. It's very, very simple, very, very easy to use, and very, very easy to implement. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah.